So when was the last time you wrote out your own?
It was Dad.
Yeah, I think so. When was the last time you wrote out your own Christmas card?
I've never done it.
First year. Last.
No, I did last some.
Did you?
I did last year, so I didn't do this much. I mean, just wrote
Yeah.
card.
Oh my god.
You the last one on there? What's the other
What?
copies?
You're gonna put less on there?
No.
Oh. I was like, you're gonna say last one?
No.
Oh, you're still.
Michelle.
Oh, Michelle. That's Dad.
Michelle. Daddy.
Yep. Michelle's.
Michelle is Daddy. Michelle has to be Daddy. She's not into Dad. It is Everett.
So did you meet Keith at the railroad?
Yeah, yeah.
What did he end up doing? Who was he?
He ended up going to dispatching. He's been dispatching out of Fort Worth, Kansas City for 10, 15 years. He bonds a dad. Love your dad. And I know this won't mean as much to Yvonne, but she deserves
But
one.
she'll enjoy getting it,
Yeah.
though.
She deserves one. Steve and Debbie. It's really a toss-up. Debbie calls me Everett. Steve.
When you talk to Everett on the phone, and it always throws
Yeah.
me off. Because
Yeah.
he sounds exactly like you
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Calls me Everett, so.
So what do you want for Christmas?
I don't want anything, and I really don't. I really do not want a thing, nothing, because
You don't want to do the big dinner and everything?
well, we can do a somewhat dinner. That's fine. I don't, I
You
don't.
just don't want to do the presents. And
Well, I don't want presents from anyone because I don't need anything, and I ain't got enough time to use things later on.
Yeah.
It's there's no use someone. And I'm gonna put Uncle Everett on Cody's and
Kelly's.
Kelly's. They don't call me that, but they'll know that's not their grandfather.
So next you get to pick out which cards go to who.
It don't matter.
I used to make it a big deal with the office send out Christmas cards every year. So I thought, we get 800 of them, we should send out. This year I was just like, no. I'm like, we don't need cards.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, give me the card.
I just put in random order then.
Yeah, I'll just, they're all the same.
No, there's 3 different.
Oh, there are?
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Okay, so we're gonna take one of these. One of these.
You're going to be short a couple of cards, but we'll
That's
get
fine.
some.
That's fine. However we're short, we'll get one for it. And one. One.
So what was Christmas like in the Army? When you were in the Army?
It was nothing. It was actually nothing. You didn't have Christmas. Well, you did, but it wasn't.
Anything like at home?
No. Army was.
Where all did you get? Where did you go? What, like from start to finish? Where? Tell me what path you took.
I went from
and what you did and stuff like that.
basic training at St. Louis and Fort Leonard Wood. At AIT at damn it, Fort Devens, Mass.
You gotta turn your TV down.
Went to through AIT, then
What's AIG? 'Cause I don't know.
advanced individual training.
What'd you get trained for? See, some of this stuff I don't
Code.
even know. Learning like to read code.
And to run direction finding equipment. To tell which way things were coming from. And so
Did you know when you went in that you were gonna go to Vietnam? I mean, was it? I mean,
no, it was.
you didn't
I mean,
join because you were. Why did you join?
Why did I join? Because I was getting drafted.
Oh, you didn't have a choice.
Well, I did. I mean, but I wanted to go into something that I could enjoy it. And of course, I knew some codes from the railroad, and I knew that there was a lot better jobs to be had. So I went into military intelligence and got into that. And then had free time, so I signed up for jump school. And a hell of a way to spend free time. But you know, it was my choice, and it didn't hurt me any.
What was that like?
Scary as hell. You know, jumping out of a perfectly good airplane or being pushed out. I never jumped. I got pushed 3 times. And I landed. Didn't hurt myself. So, and then that was worth $55 a month when I got to war zone. As long as you need to have flight duty. So, you get your recorder out?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I went to Panama and worked at the OPSCOM out in the middle of the jungle there, and worked there for, well, I first, before I got on there, they didn't have openings for us when we got there, and so I got put in a headquarters division, and I became a courier at the embassies in South America, which was kind of neat and kind of not. You dressed in civilian clothes, and you picked a briefcase up at headquarters, and you were flown to somewhere you knew not where in South America, and you picked up at the airplane by a staff car, and you were carried to the embassy. You were taken into a room. It was quite empty. 1 table and 3 chairs. And a man walks in and he hands you a piece of paper that he has signed for the briefcase. So you countersign, you unlock the briefcase off your wrist, and you hand him the key to the chain on the wrist. You don't have a key to the briefcase, he's got that. So they take the briefcase and they take you to a hotel. Everything's on the house. You just go in and order your food, do whatever. You're only allowed a couple of drinks, but they have to kind of keep control of it. So you sit there, and sometimes you spend the night, sometimes you spend 3 or 4 hours, sometimes it's a day and a half. They call you and give you a 4-hour call, say you quit drinking, if you've got any booze in front of you, and be ready to go at so-and-so time. So you get back to the staff car they send for you, go back to the little room. They come in and they got a sheet of paper there, and you sign for it. You take the key and attach it to your wrist, and they sign off that you have the property. Take the piece of paper and stick it in your pocket. Go back to headquarters and await the next phone call. Pretty easy duty.
Did you ever wonder what was inside?
Sure, I wondered,
but you have no idea
it's
because
secret,
it's sealed.
and that's one thing you do learn in handling top secret documents and such, is that you don't ask questions. You don't, you always wonder, but
just keep your mouth shut and do what you're told.
yeah, it's one of those things that you probably wouldn't understand half of it if you knew. So
where'd you go after you got done?
When I finally got assigned to my ops comm out there, and worked out there for about 4 or 5 months. They come and ask for volunteers to work with the Navy in Galita Island, which is the other side of Panama. It's the Balboa side instead of the Panama City side. And so we're over there and worked with the Navy. Not well.
What's that? Wait, what's that?
Well, I had a little trouble. I was told the Navy was real lax, and so when I went to work for the Navy, I'd never had a room before in my life in the Army. You just had a bunk space, and that was it. Hell, they put you in a room with, I guess it was 6 other guys, 6, 7 other guys, whatever. Anyway, I had bunks there, and so I had my bunk, and I wasn't real thrilled about making my bunk. I thought, hell's behind a locked door anyway, who gives a damn? Well, come to find out they cared. They said, do you not know the military way to make a bed? And I said, yeah, I know all about it. They said, you haven't done it? And I said, no, I sure hadn't. And they asked why not, and I said, because it's the Navy, and the Navy's supposed to be easy.
They didn't like that answer.
They didn't like that at all. But I learned to get along. My CO over there was a good friend of mine. Big black guy, real nice guy. And he was one of my bar cleaning buddies.
Your what?
My bar cleaning buddies.
Bar cleaning buddies.
We had 4 of us that we all thought we were pretty mean. And so I was close to the smallest at 240 pounds. And we'd walk into a bar and say, okay, anybody don't want to fight, get the hell out. And then we'd either clean out the bar or they'd clean us out, one or the other. And we had a good time. I mean, you know, had a kind of we were all fighters by nature. And tough guys, supposedly.
Yeah.
Of course, every tough guy's met a tougher guy somewhere along the line. But, you know, we'd do our share, and there was a lot of people who just kind of turned and walked away from us because they didn't want to fight. And then those who didn't, and, you know, we enjoyed the fight. And like I say, got your head banged up, then you got your head banged up. Nobody was ashamed of it. It's just part of life. So I did that all the time. I was down in Panama. It was just fun. I never got in trouble because I never beat anybody, you know.
Yeah.
You just hit them till you can throw them out the door, and that's it. It's not a big deal. Don't try to hurt people. Or I never did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just we just wanted to sow our wild oats. And,
so you were the badasses.
well, we kind of was, but like I say, we got our butts whipped too. I mean, it was just one of those things, and there was various groups of guys who thought they were tough, and we'd all fight each other, and when it was all over with, we'd sit down and have a drink and bullshit about it. I mean, it was just one of those things. It was, you know, like I say, nobody went out to hurt anybody, and the only thing we used to do is make sure we could find us some Marines, because the Marines always thought they were tough and never were quite as tough as they thought. All they'd ever fight were other Marines. We taught them that Marines wasn't the do-all, the end-all. So we fought a little harder against them. But anyway, got about through in Panama and didn't know what I was doing, and I was just working along there, and they come up to me and said, "You are special." I said, "Huh?" I said, "You are special. You are going to jungle expert school." And I said, "I don't want to be a jungle expert. I don't even want to see a jungle." They said, "Well, it's going to be hard to miss in Southeast Asia." So I got enrolled in jungle expert school, and it was 5 or 6 weeks long. It was 3 weeks of book work, learning things, learning compasses, learning different things. And then 3 weeks of field exercises. I think in a class of like 37, I graduated from the book exercises. Number 3 in the class. After the field exercises, I graduated from the school with, I think, 28 in the class. I didn't enjoy the taste of monkey meat, and I let it be known. I didn't. You're supposed to have one person to shoot for food and one person to do the clearing of the way, and one person running the compass and telling you, "Oh, quit. Go on." Telling you which way you're going to go. And I was a dumb pig, untrained in anything, so that had me clearing the way. I got tired real fast.
Because you're the first one to go, right?
So, well, we had an Air Force captain, so of course he was in charge. And we had, you know, everybody outranked me. I was just a private. So everybody outranked me, so I just kind of got the low end of the job. So I would clear the way, and they said, well, you're a little bit off, you go this way. And I said, to hell with you. We'll start from here and head that way.
Yeah.
No, you know, I can't do that. And I said, you know, I'm here and I'm going down. What do you call the thing that you swing?
Machete.
Machete. And I said, I'm the one that's cut. If you want to cut the damn thing, here it is. And they wasn't exactly thrilled with me, but we made it. We made it through with varied arguments between a bunch of us. And, you know, the guy we had shooting wasn't one that shoot as a shot, so I took his gun.
Took his gun.
And so I do my own shooting. And they counted points off. You know. But like I say, we graduated. Everything was like, I had the same patch on my shoulder that
They did.
the guy that finished it perfectly. So I finished. That was all that mattered.
Yeah.
I mean, in the end, my crew got there without any of us dying. So
What was it like when you got over there?
nothing. I mean, you just go through checkpoints. Then you had 4 checkpoints to go through, and then a final. You know, that was your home base where you got finished. Yeah.
Were you ever around the bad fighting?
Oh, in Vietnam?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you never thought about it as bad fighting because I never got to see the grunts actually go out and get killed. So I guess I didn't really.
You were an expert, so.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just the idea that I worked in a damn
Come on, let's go outside.
trailer.
Come on. Come on.
And
Come on.
it wasn't a whole lot to learn. It was just when I'd hear a place getting blown up, of course you cry a little bit, knowing that it's, you know, your brother in combat, but you don't, you don't look at it as life. To me, I never worried about dying. I was in a semi-safe position, I'd say. And the only thing that really bothered me was that the U.S. government had made us sign a deal. If we were to get overrun, we would be napalmed before the enemy could capture us. And while I hated the thought of that, I also never wanted to be a captive of the other side. So, so it kind of was a relief as well as a kind of a tension maker. But I worked well. I wasn't the ideal soldier, but I worked well with others. I knew how to take care of what we needed to take care of. And it was appreciated over there a certain amount. People wanted, spit and polish. And those didn't care for me that well, but because I never was a spit and polish person. I was just a guy that's trying to do things the right way. Or I thought the right way.
Yeah.
Whether it was or wasn't is immaterial. I thought it was the right way. So I got there, He ended up getting out, came home, went right back to the railroad, and I always loved the railroad. I don't know that I was that good at it. I was just...
You weren't that good at it. You made it to trainmaster.
Well, I actually made it to assistant superintendent, but I was, I knew how to lead people. I knew that, you know, it means a whole lot more to have a man with keep his feelings up about himself and his family, and he'll do you a better job. And I got a lot of people to work that people couldn't get to work with otherwise, because I treated them as human beings, not as you know, they weren't lesser than me because they didn't hold the rank I had. That meant nothing to me. That I never was prideful of the job I had. I did the job I had to do, and I did it well. And if someone didn't like the fact that I could do it and still be nice to the employees, and I made a few enemies, but I had the general manager of the entire railroad. That was my sugar daddy, you might say. He's the guy that took care of me, and he didn't allow anybody to screw with me a lot. He was, you know, like I say, he thought the sun rose and set on my ass. And so
how'd you accomplish that? Just hard work?
Because I worked for him. You know, if he asked for something, it wasn't any of this trying to screw around and get out of it. I would work my butt off to get it done. I didn't mind putting in 14, 16-hour days. You know, I was willing to do what I needed to do to get ahead. And if it hadn't been for your mother, I'd ended up being a vice president somewhere. I mean, it's just because that's where I was headed. I had a career path. They knew where I was going. You know, when I got through at Alliance, I was going to Denver to be terminal superintendent there, and then I would have been a division superintendent and then a vice president. But I don't begrudge anybody that. I you know, they just told me, they said, you know, what do you want, a career or a family? And I said, I've made that decision. So I don't begrudge anybody that. That's the decision I made. My family came before my career. And
how did it feel when you had to start over?
I didn't start over really, well, because
when you came down here, I know you took a...
Yeah, I took a hell of a pay cut and all, but see, I had worked with Bob Baker up there. He and I were train masters together up there, and he was a superintendent down here. Walt was a train master here when I came back, and I'd worked for him when he was assistant superintendent. And so I kind of fit right in. Baker told me, he said, I know what your strengths are. He said, just forget about this bullshit paperwork. Because your job is to protect me and cover my budget. So that's what I did. And while the pay was less, Bob let me have all the overtime I wanted, so I never had to worry about money, you know, like, because I could stay and work overtime anytime I wanted to. And
how was it, the transition to taking care of us when.
The transition of
yeah.
taking care of y'all
Yeah.
was fun in a way, and very
Overwhelming.
humiliating in a way.
Humiliating?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Well,
Well, just tell
like
me.
when the beans blew up. Remember that? And Yvonne's first period.
I remember that.
That was
That was very.
it was a real fun time. And you know, I mean, there were some things there that I look back on that were funny. I didn't think so at the time,
Right.
you know, but let's face it, when we look back, Yvonne's first period was funny,
Yeah.
and she was scared to death. You girls were running in and out. I had no idea what to do. I really didn't have anybody I could call to help. You know. So we made it through it. The three of us and Yvonne. We made it through it.
You remember when we had to clean that house out?
Yeah. Yeah, when we first moved in there, it was quite a chore. Debbie and Steve came over
Remember the wheelbarrow in the middle of that hallway?
in a wheelbarrow, and we just loaded up the wheelbarrow and dump it in the trailer and take it around the end of the block and dump it out and start over. But it was a lot of fun. I mean, you know, there was some bad things there. Couldn't keep Vernon from buying y'all ice cream. Yeah, watching you get so mad at him. I love that old man better than anybody I'd ever know. But God, he wouldn't quit buying you ice cream. I'd say, Vernon, you can't do that. I said, they've got to learn that they don't have ice cream every day after school. Why do they have to learn that? I said, because it's not right that they get ice cream every day. And he said, hell, I'm buying the ice cream. What do you care? I said, it doesn't matter who's buying the ice cream. Those girls don't need ice cream every day. Well, they're going to get it as long as I'm taking care of them. So, anyway.
Go lay down. Go lay down.
So I tried to get Mom to take you more often and Vernon less often. And
He'd still go to Grandma's house.
so he'd
Bring his ice
he'd
cream.
come bring you ice cream anyway. So
I remember one time.
he was a sweet old man, but God, he was hard-headed. It was funny that he took such good care of y'all. His daughter wouldn't raise a hand to help you. I gotta go pee.
Y'all doing? Chill out. You're in the house.